morning to ladies and gentlemen. Once again from Dehiwala Beach in Sri Lanka. Recently, I watched this young and dynamic climate activists, the teenage Greta Thunberg, almost ridiculing the global leaders that gathered in Glasgow, including top-level nation leaders like US President Biden, Angela Merkel, the French Chancellor, Emmanuel Macron, French President, the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, and many number of global leaders. She said this is just the absolute waste of blah 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 first day, blah 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 second day, and the closed door meeting of another blah blah blah, and the climate go from blah to blast. Nothing happens. This is what has been happening for last 50 years, and it is indeed a very challenging moment. This most humble person challenging these global leaders truthfully and factfully. And this I realize in my journey, particularly in the last 2 years under COVID challenges. I have learned so many things connected to the life and living and my journey, particularly in the last 2 years of the COVID challenges. To cap it all, the Creator let me go through one of the most traumatic experience recently when I had this accident. I broke my elbow when I had to be operated, and when I was rolled into the operating theatre, and once come inside the operating theatre, seeing those bright lights flashing upon me lying on the table, and many of the doctors and the surgeon and the lady who gives, doctor lady who gives the anesthesia, general anesthesia. You feel helpless, and I felt this is the most humbling experience. You may have the best of the wealth, you may have the best of the fame, you may have the best of the power, but when you are rolled into an operating theatre and then you are being in the hands of the doctors and surgeons, and then many steps follow, would enable you to recognize how helpless your situation is. And that's the point I realize that nothing in the world, however much you talk about, no value. I knew that the Creator was dealing with me in order to complete certain levels of completion of my character. In the 2 years, I have learned so many things that I need to correct in my life. Yet there was a little bit of arrogance and the pride for what I have achieved. Though there are many others have achieved many more things than me, and many legends even surrounding me, yet I was feeling a little bit of arrogance and pride. And I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that was totally dealt with. It's still work in progress, and I realize that when you are brought to that level of humbleness, then you have nothing else to stand but the truth. You have to stand the reality and the truth. And if you have to live for the truth, you have to stand for the truth before you can proclaim the truth. And I realized this. Like Greta Thunberg made many sacrifices, yet with a humble spirit challenged the global leaders because she stands on the truth and tells them, your blah 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 will not enable the planet Earth to overcome the blah 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 to the blast. Ladies and gentlemen, my experience, I value it now. Realizing all the positions and the power and the fame and the wealth is nothing once you are brought to a zero, and that's where you begin to realize nothing will hold you strongly than the truth and the reality of life.